Weaning is the process where you separate the mother from her babies, or vice versa. You can either remove the mother and leave the babies, or remove the babies. Now, here is how I do mine, and I've got some reasons why I do mine. So, what I do is by the age of 6 weeks, I separate. I do a gender check and separate all the boys from their mother. Then I allow the girls to stay with mother for another couple of weeks. Now, the reason why I do that is I want the mothers to learn, the girls to learn motherly instinct from the mother for another 2 weeks. And it works perfectly. They will learn, mother will teach them a few things like how to use a litter box, how to groom and stuff like that. So that's how I see it anyway. So they stay with mama for another couple of weeks learning all these things. Now, rabbits babies, by the time they are age 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, they will usually rely heavily on pellets, the feed or the feed or the pellets, the hay you give them, the fresh grass you give them. That's what they normally rely on as their main source of food, which is good news. But then they still have the mother there, and it is important that they stay with mother a bit longer, just in case they need that emotional support from mother. Now, rabbit milk is so nutritious. So if you wean them too earlier than 6 weeks, what's going to happen is some of them are a bit weak and they will still rely on their mother's milk for a while. As you can see in the video, the mother is encouraging them to calm down, and some of their siblings are also encouraging them. So if you keep them longer for this period of time, they help each other to develop in a nice, quick way, stress-free, because some of them needs more help than others. As you can see, not all of them were willing to take the risk to come down the ladder that I've set for them. That's how rabbits think. They are very cautious and they like to be in a safer environment. So it's all in their DNA to be cautious. Some of them can't stand new things. So keeping them together, they support each other socially in that way. Now let's look at the other side. Why do you not keep them beyond 8 weeks? Now, at 8 weeks, they've become young teenagers and they are going to be very annoying to mommy. They are going to harass mommy. They're going to, get on mommy's nerve and stuff like that. And sometimes, believe me, there's always one or two who will still want to be suckling and breastfeeding at 8 weeks. And I don't know if you have had this issue in your farm. There are some mothers that develop sore on their teeth. That's because at 8 weeks, they have fully formed teeth, and therefore they will be harming their mother if they are still suckling. So it's a big disadvantage to keep them together beyond the 8th week. It becomes like your grown-up child who is refusing to leave home. Somehow it becomes a burden for the mother. But the mother will sometimes attack them if she is stressed. Also, in a bigger litter, is a big problem because the room is not big enough for so many of them. Like this litter is a litter of 7. There were 8. We lost one right after birth. So 7 of them plus Beverly, who's the mother, making 8 of them. And Beverly knows that this is her house. She's used to the room, even though it's a very big room, more than big enough for them. It's her space, and she wants her space back at some point. She wouldn't like to be sharing it with all of them, at least not all of them. So it's very important for us to do this weaning so that the babies will also start learning how to be independent. Now, here's how I do it. When I take the girls, after 8 weeks, I take the girls, I put all of them in the same hatch for another 2 weeks. And I monitor them and I see who gets on with who. This is where observation comes in. And then after 2 weeks, I break the group again. The last litter, I had a litter of 6 girls. So the first 2 weeks after weaning them, I separate them into 2 rooms. So I kept 2 who were best siblings that I knew that I wanted to keep them, and I kept the other 4. And at the 12th week, I sold 2 of them. So now I have 2 in each group. Now the boys, because I'm going to sell all the boys, I have not separated them, but they are there, and I will not be keeping them together beyond 14 weeks, because then they're going to start fighting fiercely. So it's very important that you do this gradually, taking into consideration the mother and the kids. If you delay this process, you realize that the mother is going to get stressed. The kids are going to annoy her. And some of these kids will not learn anything if they stay with mother. They will be totally dependent on their mother. And sometimes that can go against you. I hope someone learned something. If you have other method of weaning your babies, please leave it in the comment section so we can all learn. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. The next video will be about the different types of babies we have and why you should get your rabbits, your starting stock, why you should get rabbits that are 4 months and above. Don't get them lower than 4 months. And I'll explain in the next video. Watch out for the next video. This is another Rabbito Farmino production. See you in the next video. Thank you.